You're listening to the Stewart Media and Entertainment Network, home of the #1 sports talk show on the planet, The Doug Stewart Show.
This is a revolution in radio, the realest, trillest sports talk show in America, The Doug Stewart Show.
Broadcasting live Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. to noon Eastern Time, exclusively on the Stewart Media and Entertainment Network.
This is sports talk for the people.
Follow Stewart Media and Entertainment right now on Facebook to stay connected and locked in for upcoming events like the Couples and Cocktail Series, viewing parties, and much, much more. Up next, get ready to ride raw with the Doug Stewart Show.
This is sports talk with hot sauce, Texas Pete hot sauce, the Doug Stewart Show.
Exclusively on the Stewart Media and Entertainment Network.
Yes!
At Ticket Liquidator, we believe you should have access to the experiences you want to be a part of. Since 2003, Ticket Liquidator has been connecting buyers and sellers with the most sought-after and often sold-out events across the country. Ticket Liquidator's nationwide network gives you access to one of the largest online inventories of sports, theater, and concert tickets, with prices lower than most companies in other markets. And our security policies are solid, so you can buy with absolute confidence. More tickets, better service, and lower prices, so you can witness the best entertainment, culture, and sports events worldwide. At Ticket Liquidator, we know that seeing a legend bring down the house or watching your team win the championship is about more than a ticket. It's about being there. For all your sports and entertainment ticket needs, call us at 855-638-3034. Again, that's 855-638-3034.
Fantasy sports fans are winning huge cash prizes every day at DraftKings.com. America's favorite place to play daily fantasy sports. Daily fantasy means no season-long commitments. Play whenever you want. Just pick your sport and draft your team. It's like a new season every time you play, so you're never stuck with the same players. Last year, $300 million were won at DraftKings.com, and you could be next to win big. Go to DraftKings.com now and enter promo code STEW to play for free. That's Stu for free entry now at DraftKings.com. Also, if you use promo code STU, DraftKings will match your initial deposit up to $600. Deposit $600, play with $1,200. DraftKings.com, promo code STU.
You will not be able to lose yourself on Skag and skip out for beer during commercials because the revolution will not be televised.
Do you want that real sports talk? Unfiltered, unsanitized? Well, you have found it. This is a revolution in radio. The realest, trillest sports talk show in America. The Doug Stewart Show. This is sports talk for the people. Yes! What's happening? What up, baby? Thank you for joining me today on the Doug Stewart Show. And, man, a lot to get into, but what we gotta do is bring it back, bring it back, bring it back. Woo, we gotta bring it back. We definitely gotta bring it back. Shouts out to Oakley. What up, ATL? What up, America? What up, world? Thank you for joining me on the Doug Stewart Show. This is a fantastic Football Friday. And, oh boy, we're going to have a lot of fun today, as we do every single day. Thank you for joining your folk. Shouts out to everybody already in the chat room. I see all of my peoples already in the chat room. Shouts out to all of the Stewies in said chat room. And the chat is where you can be totally interactive. If you're new to the Doug Stewart Show, thank you for tuning in. First of all, thank you. I appreciate that. But follow the show on Spreaker.com. All right, follow the show on Spreaker.com and then hit the little chat bubble and jump into the chat room. And we got Stewies. We got all the people that support the show and love this type of sports talk. The way we get down around here is just real radio. That's what we do on the Doug Stewart Show. So follow the show and then jump in the chat room and be totally interactive. The number to the show, you can actually do it old school style and call in at 404-382-0338. That's the number that you call, and we'll put you on, and you can let the world know how you're feeling about whatever topic in sports, entertainment, and beyond. We do birthdays. We have a lot of fun, really, basically, in a nutshell, for 2 hours on the Doug Stewart Show. That's what we do. We have fun. Fun, 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 fun. All right, so obviously we're going to talk some NBA. Adrian Peterson's in the news. Chip Kelly's in the news. The Warriors are in the news kind of for the NBA Finals. Some talk about them. Jameis Winston has got some little headlines out there as well. There's a lot of little things going on. So we'll get into a ton of stuff. We'll take phone calls, read your emails, all of that. You can email me also at doug@thedougstewartshow.com. But this whole story, man, with Tom Thibodeau, it really strikes a nerve. It really strikes a nerve because I got a very good friend, and his name is Vince. And actually him and his brother. Vince and his brother Spence actually worked at a sardine packing company for a long, long time. And these guys were very successful at what they were doing. They always came up with innovative ways to pack sardines, and they were applauded for it. They were just different in the way that they pack sardines. They pack sardines like nobody else. I mean, these guys were the greatest sardine packers in the history of sardine packing. So they had done this for many, many years, and then, to no fault of their own, management bought another packing company, and I think they packed potted meat or something like that. I don't know. But they bought this another company, and they potted meat, and the company went belly up. All right, so it was a terrible, terrible investment for these investors and these owners of this sardine packing company. They bought this another company, and it went belly up, and it was a terrible investment. So long story short is they had to sell the original company that they had, this sardine packing company. And when they sold it to this major conglomerate, and this major conglomerate came in, and they started looking at everything, and they didn't like the way things were going with this sardine packing company, even though it was successful. But because of hard times and bad investments by the owners, they had to sell. And so this new conglomerate comes in, and they have all these new ideas of ways to do things, and they wanted to do and go in a totally different direction with the original sardine packing company. And you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show. And so their main focus was cutting cost. And how could they do that? How could they cut costs and still be sustainable? And so the first ones they looked at, and the first area they looked at, was Spence and Vince. You know, these guys, they had been doing these certain things. They were successful, but they thought that they may have been able to make them even more successful. And Spence and Vince didn't like that. I mean, they just didn't like that at all. Because Spence and Vince, you know, they had won awards. They had done all these great things over time. And so they liked the way that they were packing sardines. And management said, no, we don't like that. We don't like that at all. We want you to change this. And Spence and Vince, they kind of, you know, they didn't like that at all. And they bucked. And so there was tension between Spence, Vince, and management. So ultimately, what management did is they said, you know, we got to get rid of Spence and Vince. But wait a minute. Spence and Vince, they do fantastic things, and they got all these awards, and they do great things. No, it doesn't matter. We don't like the way they do, you know, their business. We don't like the way they pack sardines. And so, long story short, is they get rid of Spence and Vince. And then when they're out there on their way out the door, they tell the world, and they make all these little accusations at the press conference when they disclose that they fired these two guys as they were bad guys. They weren't fun to work with. And in effect, they sullied their reputation. Okay? And Spence and Vince were like, what the hell is going on? We did a great job. We were doing it fantastic. We had all these innovative ways of packing sardines. We were successful. But management, because of personal biases and because people are just like that, they threw them under the bus. They threw them under the bus. And so I know that story went all over the place, But it was a long way in trying to express to you and tell you that that's exactly what seems to have happened with Tom Thibodeau in Chicago. Tom Thibodeau's record in winning basketball games for the Chicago Bulls was impeccable, okay? The man had a .647 winning percentage, 255 wins to 139 losses. Now, they didn't win any championships per se, unlike Spence and Vince, who won many championships in relative terms. But they got rid of this guy after having a good record, and they give it all these excuses, and it's kind of making Thibodeau look bad. It's painting him kind of in a bad light, and I don't like it at all. I want to get your thoughts on that, man. Tom Thibodeau was a fantastic coach for the Chicago Bulls, but what happened in effect, and I guess the moral of the story in this Tom Thibodeau situation for young people is when new management comes in, or not even new management, when you butt heads with management, all right, start filling out applications in other places because it's over for you. And you saw the little press conference yesterday with John Paxson and the general manager for the Chicago Bulls, and you know about Jerry Reinsdorf and his long history with getting rid of players and allowing players to leave. When there's conflict with management, no matter what the situation, no matter if you've done a fantastic job, and it's documented that you've done a fantastic job, politics, personal biases, and straight up hate comes into place. And I think that's what you're seeing right here from this situation in Chicago. I don't even know how I would feel about this if I was a Chicago Bulls fan being in that city. The fact that we're losing a great coach that's done a lot, has been very successful, or maybe even if you wanted to look at the bright side is that you can bring in another guy that may be able to take this organization to the next level. Bottom line is I think they did Tom Thibodeau wrong. They're trying to blame the issues, and you could kind of hear it yesterday in the press conference, and you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show. They're trying to blame the issues on the fact that he ran these guys too hard. And I hate to hear that type of thing because I've always said that I think these players of today, they're soft or whatever. And really, all of this could be pointed to one person's injuries as a result of quote-unquote working too hard, and that's Derrick Rose. Why don't you look at it from a different vantage point and say that, he didn't work these guys too hard. It's just that Derrick Rose has been terribly afflicted by injuries. And it's just an aberration. It's not, something consistent with the fact that he's working his players too hard. I don't like that. I don't like when I hear that type of thing. It sounds like an excuse. It's not because of Joakim Noah injuries or any other players' injuries. All of those could be explained by the fact that it's just coincidence or that they just happen to have injuries. As simple as that. But to get rid of this guy and being successful, I mean, damn, you're successful. You're successful. They went to the playoffs every single year. Once again, they didn't advance to the NBA Finals like a lot of people thought they should have. But you got to remember, if you factor in the injuries, which supposedly they're tying into the fact that he worked these players too long, if you tie all those injuries in, they didn't have full squads a lot of times. They didn't have chemistry. They didn't have cohesion as far as these players on this team. So I think Tom Thibodeau's done a fantastic job, man. I hate them when politics come into play as opposed to what you produce. When you produce, man, that should be all that matters. And he's going to get another job. He's going to continue to get the money that they owe him from Chicago. So he's ultimately going to end up winning this thing. Bottom line is, I hate politics in business. I hate politics in business. The same type of thing went down with Mark Jackson in Golden State. The same thing went down with many, many other coaches in sports. And once again, not just sports, but in life, period. Simply put, man, if you and management not getting along, it's going to be a short run for you. Your time on the top is short like leprechauns, to quote a great philosopher. Yes. I know we got some Bulls fans that listen to the show, from people from Chicago, What are your thoughts on this, man? What are your thoughts on Tom Thibodeau being fired on yesterday? Do you buy into this whole thing about him working the players too hard? Or do you feel like me, that's just a BS excuse for politics and personal biases? You know, and egos coming into play. This is an ego thing. Well, we didn't get along with the coach. In effect is what they're saying. Management is saying for Chicago. We didn't get along with him. You hired him to be the coach. You hired the guy to be the coach. He was successful. What more needs to be said? I just hate it, man. I just absolutely hate it. I hate it. In any manner, I hate it. So we'll talk about that throughout today's show. Today is a BPA Friday as well. We're going to give out the Boyle Peanuts Award. There's a lot of worthy nominees for that award. A lot of them. So we'll give that out a little bit later. We'll take phone calls, read your emails, chat. We'll do all of that on the Doug Stewart Show. The realest, trillest show in America. Don't go anywhere. First of all, thank you for listening to the Doug Stewart Show. Now, if you've been listening for a while, you know that we've grown exponentially over the first couple of months. Whether that's listens, whether that's followers, we're blowing up, and you can be a part of it. If you have a company out there and you like to promote on the Doug Stewart Show, we'd love to partner with you. Here's what you do. Email me at doug@thedougstewartshow.com. Once again, that's doug@thedougstewartshow.com. Whether that's locally, regionally, or nationally, we can get the word out. What you're talking about is middle-aged dudes that love sports and love exciting sports talk. Once again, email me at doug@thedougstewartshow.com. That's doug@thedougstewartshow.com, and we will put you out there, all right? That's doug@thedougstewartshow.com. Let's do some business. Yes!
National Debt Relief is one of the country's largest and most reputable debt settlement companies, made up of energetic individuals who are passionate about helping thousands of Americans with debt relief. Most importantly, we're all about helping our customers through a tough financial time in their lives with education and individual customer service. We're dedicated to helping individuals and families rid their lives of burdensome debt. Specializing in debt settlement, and they've also negotiated settlements for thousands of creditor and collection accounts. Providing clients with both expertise and proven results, this means helping customers in time of hardship to get out of debt with the least possible cost. It can also mean conducting financial consultations, educating the customer, and recommending the appropriate solution. Core Services offer debt settlement as an alternative. I repeat, alternative to bankruptcy, credit counseling, and debt consolidation. National Debt Relief is your #1 advocate group to help you reestablish financial stability as quickly as possible. So give us a call at 844-828-4975. Again, that's 844-828-4975, and work it out.
This your boy Doug Stewart for my folks at System 5 Electronics. They're proud to offer my listeners here in the Metro Atlanta area all the way down to Macon, Georgia, the most affordable home security monitoring systems, featuring smart solutions for that busy lifestyle you lead for as low as $16.50 per month. Here's some of the reasons why you should choose System 5.
Hi, I'm Maceo Brown, President and CEO of System 5 Electronics. We take pride in making sure that security is the #1 thing that we do. And thanks to you, the customer that has supported us, we have grown this company in Southwest Atlanta, where we're creating jobs and opportunities.
Not only is their monitoring station here in Atlanta, but they also install the most advanced, up-to-date alarm systems where you can access cameras, lights, door locks, thermostats, and other devices remotely with your smartphone. 24/7 technical support, plus the lowest service call fees in the business. And check this. You own the security alarm system once it's installed. And you get direct access to the owner if you ever got a problem, Mr. Maceo Brown. Click on the banner on the Doug Stewart Show website or app for more details, or give them a call at 404-756-0736. Again, that's 404-756-0736. or online at System5electronicsinc.com. That's System5electronicsinc.com. Welcome back to the Doug Stewart Show. Welcome back to the Doug Stewart Show. Thank you so much for joining your boy. I really do appreciate it. The number to the show is 404-382-0338. Thank you so much for joining me once again. I say thank you a lot because I really mean it. I mean, it's just not, me talking out the side of my neck, man. Thank you very, very much. Donate to the show, man. If you like the Doug Stewart Show, if you have a lot of fun around here for 2 hours, and yes, Tree?
What are you laughing at when we come back from the break? What's so funny?
I'm laughing because you took my pencil, and now you mad at me because, I told a very personal story about my friends Vince and Spence, and you thought that the story ran too long or whatever. I don't know. I mean, why are you like this, Tree?
I'm not like anything. I'm
now, first of
am
all,
for your good. I'm trying to make you shine. And I was just wondering where it was all going, sir.
Well, I got my pencil back from you during the break, and I have just nominated you to the Boyle Peanuts Award. How you like them apples?
Wow.
And I didn't even realize that you weren't nominated all week long. So congratulations, Tree. You've been nominated on the last possible chance to get nominated for a Boyle Peanuts Award. I mean, listen, that was a perfect story, a personal experience with my friends Vince and Spence as it relates to Tom Thibodeau and the fact that even though you do a great job, you still can be fired because of personal biases and politics. And in fact, that's what it was all about. You just didn't get it.
Wow. Okay, Douglas.
And
take your pencil and you know what, you can ride raw.
Yeah, whatever. I'm looking at this list now, Tree. And don't get off the mic. Jump back on for a second. I'm looking at this list right now. And you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show. For new people to the show, the Boyle Peanuts Award is an award we give out every week to busters. Okay? The buster of the week. The goat of the week, per se. And so we give it out every Friday. And so we have a list. And Tree, I'm looking at this list right now, and I'll talk about the list here in a second, but you look like you're the front runner right now. I mean, I just got to tell you.
After 15
and you did it to yourself.
Minutes?
And you did it to yourself. You did it to yourself.
Wow. Okay, Doug. I mean, what can I do? I want you to shine. I'm going, once again, the listeners, you people, the chat.
Wait a minute, you people? That sounds very condescending to the listeners.
You all said that the man, what's happening, taking the long way home. That's cool. Nominate me.
Speaking of which, you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show. Before I talk about the BPAs, the BP award nominees, I was about to say something before Tree cut me off, and that's another reason why you're nominated. You just cut me off from trying to get this money. Okay? If you're a new listener to the Doug Stewart Show, man, or if you're a listener, I should say, because you've been around for a while, you know how we do it around here and how we keeps it real. If you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show, man, donate to the show. It's very important that we keep the business flowing, okay? And this is independent radio, and we have actually gone out on faith to start the show about 8 months ago, and it's going fantastic. We've got sponsors. We're doing it real Big Wooly style. But there are certain shortcomings as far as the production and the facilitation of the show and the business side of the show. So if you donate $20 or more to the Doug Stewart Show, man, we will send you the first run edition. By the way, we have the shirts. If you've already donated, you should get them by no later than Wednesday. So if you send $20 or more, we'll send you a Doug Stewart Show t-shirt, the first run. I mean, it's going to be a collector's item. So go to thedougstewartshow.com. There's a little donate button to the right. Click on that. $20, you get a t-shirt. I mean, you can't beat that with a stick. And if you donate anything less than that, I mean, we'll take $1, we'll take $5. Then we'll give you a pat on the back. And we may also even send you something in the mail as well. So that's thedougstewartshow.com. Click on the donate button. Talking about Tom Thibodeau being fired in Chicago, what are your thoughts about that? I just don't like it. I just don't like it when a guy does a great job and you can chronicle it. You can see it on paper, the job that he's done, and they still get fired because of personal biases and politics. BS. I hate that type of thing. I have some great friends of mine, Vince and Spence, who I talked about in the first segment, that fell upon the same thing before. Fantastic sardine packers. And new management came in, didn't like them. They couldn't get along. And then they were gone. They were out of a job. And then management tried to sully their reputation and really did. And Vince and Spence hadn't been able to get a job in sardine packing again. I mean, it was absolutely horrible. So we're talking about that. I'm also going to get into Adrian Peterson a little while later, Chip Kelly, the NBA Finals. The Warriors are the favorites. Jameis Winston, a lot of little things like that we will talk about today on the Doug Stewart Show. So here are your boiled peanut nominees. LeBron James, for being a drama queen. He's been a drama queen for many, many years. I mean, that's what he does. But the other night after the win, the dramatic overtime win, LeBron James just acts like he's dying. Is basically trying to recreate that whole Michael Jordan thing, that Michael Jordan flu game. So I thought that was real whack. So he's nominated. Matthew Dellavedova, just because he's a bitch, he's nominated for, you know what happened, what he did in these playoffs. And basically, he's responsible for getting kicked out or injured 3 players in the playoffs this year. He's just a very dirty player, so he's nominated. Riley Curry is nominated for coming to the press conference and just showing out. What? What do you mean? What?
A baby? You're nominating a female child for a BPA?
Well, I didn't say she was going to win, but I mean, the listeners, the Stewie says she should be nominated.
No,
I'm not saying she's going to win. I'm not saying she's going to win, Tree. She's probably not going to win. I can just say that right now. But she's been nominated.
That's a baby. You nominate her mama and daddy. Her mama for giving her to her daddy, trying to put the fix in on some advertising. Not the baby, Douglas. Come on, sir.
You know what, Tree? You're exactly right. So not only are we going to nominate Riley Curry, but we're going to nominate Steph Curry and her mama. The whole Curry family is nominated for a Boiled Penis Award.
Wow. Okay.
For coming to the press conference and showing out. And for bringing her to the press conference and showing out a second time. Who else we got? The Chicago Bulls for firing Tom Thibodeau. Dwight Howard for saying he's a champion even though he ain't never seen hide nor hair of a championship. After Game 5, one of the Stewies threw that out there to us. And then Tree. I mean, I thought you were going to make it the entire week without getting nominated, and the last possible chance you get to get yourself nominated, and you do it, Tree. So we'll give out the Boiled Peanuts Award a little bit later in today's show. All right, 404-382-0338 is the number to the show. This is the Doug Stewart Show. You can also email me at doug@thedougstewartshow.com. All right, and if you're a company out there and you like to promote on the Doug Stewart Show, we love to partner with you. Whether that's your product, your company, your brand, whatever that may be, we got a great listenership, a great demo of listeners, dudes, middle-aged, that like sports, mostly Metro Atlanta. We're all over the world, though, but mostly Metro Atlanta and doing fantastic things, Stu style. So if you'd like to partner with the Doug Stewart Show, email me at doug@thedougstewartshow.com. All right? All right, so just like that, and just talking about the BPAs and Tree with all her shenanigans, we're up against a break. So when we get back from the break, I'm going to talk a little bit about Adrian Peterson. Going to read your comments and your thoughts on Spreaker.com in the chat room about Tom Thibodeau being fired. And what do you think about that, man? What do you think about a guy that clearly has been one of the better coaches in the NBA over the last couple of years, losing his job in effect because him and management don't see eye to eye? See, management manages. That's what they should do. They should manage. They hired Tom Thibodeau to coach. Tom Thibodeau was coaching, and he was good at it. So I don't know. What are your thoughts on that? 404-382-0338. You can also email me at doug@thedougstewartshow.com. We get back. We might do birthdays. I'm not sure. We might do birthdays, but we'll definitely read some chat and get your thoughts on this whole thing going on in Chicago. And I'll also tell you some possible candidates. And I got a candidate's name that a little birdie that's up to date on what the streets are saying in Chicago has to say about a possible candidate for the Bulls head coaching job. You don't want to miss this. You haven't heard this anywhere else. Don't go away. This is the Doug Stewart Show.
At Ticket Liquidator, we believe you should have access to the experiences you want to be a part of. Since 2003, Ticket Liquidator has been connecting buyers and sellers with the most sought-after and often sold-out events across the country. Ticket Liquidator's nationwide network gives you access to one of the largest online inventories of sports, theater, and concert tickets with prices lower than most companies in other markets. And our security policies are solid, so you can buy with absolute confidence. More tickets, better service, and lower prices, so you can witness the best entertainment, culture, and sports events worldwide. At Ticket Liquidator, we know that seeing a legend bring down the house or watching your team win the championship is about more than a ticket. It's about being there. For all your sports and entertainment ticket needs, call us at 855-638-3034. Again, that's 855-638-3034.
The best of the Doug Stewart Show.
I'd been talking about red rice, frogmore stew. Another one on the list, on number 13 on this list, is peanuts taste better boiled. Yes. And as God is my witness, my wife did not know people boiled peanuts and ate them. She did not. My wife's from Ohio. And yes, boiled peanuts, if cooked right, are the bomb.
Sports talk. Straight, no chaser.
All right, so I got to clear something up. and I don't even know why anybody's mind would even work like this, but evidently it's becoming a topic of conversation. In the last segment, I was talking about boiled peanuts, okay, that come from out of the ground, not boiled peanuts. And so, evidently there's some talk in the chat room about Doug talking about boiled man parts. No, peanuts. I'm trying to say it as slow as I can. Peanuts, okay? What is it, P-E-A-N-U-T-S? Peanuts. No, man, not boiled peanuts. Come on, man. And I see Vern in here. Damn you, Vern. Ugh. Y'all know what the hell I was saying. This is the Doug Stewart Show. This your boy Doug Stewart for my folks at System 5 Electronics. They're proud to offer my listeners here in the Metro Atlanta area all the way down to Macon, Georgia, the most affordable home security monitoring systems, featuring smart solutions for that busy lifestyle you lead for as low as $16.50 per month. Here's some of the reasons why you should choose System 5.
Hi, I'm Maceo Brown, President and CEO of System 5 Electronics. We take pride in making sure that security is the number one thing that we do. And thanks to you, the customer that has supported us, we have grown this company in Southwest Atlanta, where we're creating jobs and opportunities.
Not only is their monitoring station here in Atlanta, but they also install the most advanced, up-to-date alarm systems where you can access cameras, lights, door locks, thermostats, and other devices remotely with your smartphone. 24/7 technical support, plus the lowest service call fees in the business. And check this, you own the security alarm system once it's installed. And you get direct access to the owner if you ever got a problem, Mr. Maceo Brown. Click on the banner on the Doug Stewart Show website or app for more details, or give them a call at 404-756-0736. Again, that's 404-756-0736. or online at System5electronicsinc.com. That's System5electronicsinc.com. The world's heavyweight champion of Sports Talk Radio. This is the Doug Stewart Show. Shouts out to all of the Stewies in the chat room. You can donate to the Doug Stewart Show, man. We would greatly appreciate it. $20 or more, you get a t-shirt in the mail. The first run edition of the Doug Stewart Show t-shirt. That's the DougStewartShow.com. Click on the little donate button. It's almost like going to a restaurant and I'm your waiter. And if I give you good service, what do you do? You tip. That's what you do, right? So tip the show, man. We really would appreciate it. 404-382-0338 is the number to the show. You can also email me at Doug@theDougStewartShow.com. I'm going to read some of your chat here in a second. We'll do birthdays probably in the next segment. A couple of interesting little birthdays, but we've been talking about, and I talked about it in the first segment and really a little bit in the second segment, about what's going on in Chicago. And with Tom Thibodeau being fired, which is going to work for him. I just hate the whole idea of this personal stuff that seemingly went down in Chicago with this firing with Paxson and the organization. Jerry Reinsdorf, you know that he's just they've been doing this type of thing with ownership there with the Bulls for many, many, many years. You remember there was always strife between management and Michael Jordan and Scottie Pippen. Seemingly they did a lot of one-year contracts, that type of stuff. So it just continues with this whole we don't get along and we're not on the same page BS that you're hearing from the organization and firing Tom Thibodeau on yesterday. 404-382-0338 is the number to the show. From Dollars and Cents, Doug, I don't think Bulls management ever forgave Tibbs for having Rose tear his ACL the first time when he was on the floor in a blowout game. Ooh, now, if you're going to point at one situation that I definitely am against Tom Thibodeau on, it's that. It's that situation what happened when he was on the floor and he actually ultimately ended up tearing his ACL, and I believe that was the first time that he had done it. He's done it, 2, 3, 4, 5, 8 times already, seemingly. But that was the first time, and I didn't like that at all. Now, Tom Thibodeau isn't a trainer. The argument is Tom Thibodeau isn't a trainer. Tom Thibodeau isn't in Derrick Rose's head. Derrick Rose thought that he could go back out there and play. He went and played. The training staff thought that he could go back out there and play. They let him go back out there. So really, you can't blame Thibodeau per se about that, but I understand it kind of feels like that he should receive some of the blame. I do get that Dollars and Cents. From J.B. Jennings, all Tibbs needed was an offensive-minded assistant since he was a defensive guru, and the Bulls would have been fine. From Izaman, Bulls, the same organization that couldn't find a place for Jordan in their front office, shaking my head. From Vince Wright, John Paxson was wrong to get rid of Tibbs. I totally agree. I mentioned to you in the last segment, and you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show, everybody's talking about Fred Hoiberg, the Iowa State college basketball coach, as getting this job. So we're hearing Fred Hoiberg. We're also kind of lightweight hearing about Tyronn Lue. I don't think that's going to happen. A little birdie, okay, and just pack this away. I'm not saying this is going to happen, but this is a name I haven't heard anywhere, and we kind of heard it a couple of years ago before the Bulls hired Thibodeau. It was kind of like mentioned, but I haven't heard anybody mention it recently, and especially after yesterday, whenever this type of thing happens, there's always these names that surface. But a little birdie told me is don't be surprised, totally surprised, if Tom Izzo gets this job with the Chicago Bulls. That's right. The Michigan State head coach, longtime great head coach Tom Izzo. Just, plant that in your memory bank. There's a fondness for the organization, for the city of Chicago. He's obviously done just about everything that you can do in college basketball. And I think the timing might not be that great for a college coach. I also thought the same thing in hearing Fred Hoiberg's name mentioned because of the point in which they are in the summer and recruiting, as well as, a lot of other little factors involved as well. But Tom Izzo, I'm just going to throw that out there. From a man, Vince Wright, John Paxson was wrong to get rid of Tibbs. I just read that. Vince Wright also Doug, can you give some Stewie love to my Minnesota Twins, tied for the first place after sucking the past few years? Long season, but so far, we will take it. Go Twins. Congratulations to the Minnesota Twins. Congratulations. And honestly, I don't know a ton about the Minnesota Twins. All I really know is Kirby Puckett. I mean, outside of Kirby Puckett, I don't know too much more about the Minnesota Twins. Who else do I know? Minnesota Twin names. I don't know. Justin Morneau, obviously. Who else do I know? I don't know. Oh, Torrey Hunter. Torrey Hunter obviously is a good player and had a great career for a long time with the Minnesota Twins. That's about it. But Kirby Puckett obviously is the name that most people know from the Minnesota Twins. So RIP to the great Kirby Puckett. But yeah, shouts out to the Minnesota Twins. You happy, Vince, right? Are you happy now? Like Martin told Gina from KC, the Bulls still owe Tibbs about $9 million. He'll be fine. Oh yeah, at the end of the day, he'll be totally fine. Not only is he going to get that $9 million, which they were trying to avoid by trying to work out some type of deal, some type of trade type situation, but he's probably going to get another job here in the next day or two, whether it be Orlando or whether it be the Pelicans or whatever, and he's going to get a big-time salary as well. I just hate the whole politics of the whole thing. Leon, I agree. Riley gets a BPA. He's talking about Riley Curry, who yesterday somebody sent me an email and said that I called Riley Cooper like 30 times. Sorry about that. It's crazy how the mind works. From Felpay, the president of FIFA needs a BPA nomination. I really don't care about FIFA at all, so I'm not going to waste my time. He's not going to win. From Wizard Kelly, BPAs have no heart. From Vince Wright, not Mama Curry. She gets a ball award as being nominated for the Boiled Peanuts Award. From KC, preach tree mama. Curry and Steph need that BPA, not Riley. Yeah, and once again, I did kind of amend it. All right, I said earlier, and you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show, initially I said Riley Cooper, and I guess when you think about it, I mean, that's not cool to give a 2-year-old a Boiled Peanuts Award. I mean, she'd be doomed for the rest of her life. So I'm going to technically give it to her mama for allowing Steph to take her, and Steph for actually taking her out in front of this press conference for a second time. And remember, I gave people Boiled Peanuts Awards. I gave Brian Windhorst from ESPN a Boiled Peanuts Award because he's actually the first person to come out on record with disdain for the fact that they bring these kids to press conferences. You just can't say that. You just can't be the first person to, in effect, go against a kid. So I didn't like that. I kind of understood what he was saying, but I just didn't like that. And it sounded really elitist to me, and I hated that. So he won the BPA last week. And this week, his whole argument is coming full circle because I nominated the damn kid. From Miss Mocabella, you got Riley Curry for a BPA, not a 2-year-old. Brian Lucas, you can nominate a male child tree. Let's see what else we got.
He was asking because I guess I'm a female and you shouldn't nominate any child, Douglas, period.
But you're really, the bigger problem that you have is that we nominated a female child. Is that what you're saying? I was
concerned because...
So you're saying that I won't, I'm biased. Tree always has this thing that I'm sexist or whatever. So you're saying I would never elect a male child. Is that what you're saying, Tree?
I can't see you doing that.
Okay, thus you're nominated again.
Why?
Golly.
Okay.
What I'm in effect doing right now, Tree, is I got my little pencil back. Thank you very much. Okay. Mm-hmm. I got my little pencil out, and I am writing a star, drawing a little star by your name.
Ooh, a star.
That's right.
That's perfect. I am a star.
Nah, well, whatever. You're going to be a star of these boiled peanuts today. Wait a minute. That didn't sound right. Okay, wait a minute. That didn't sound right.
Not at all.
But you know what I meant. You know what I meant. You're the leading contestant right now for this week's Boiled Peanuts Award. Let me write this star. Draw this star. It's hard to draw a star. But all right, that's good enough. I'll just do an asterisk. Hell, that's easier. There we go. Ooh, Tree. You know, to be honest with you, I thought it was real petty when you kept getting nominated for these boiled peanuts. That didn't sound right either. But I always found it very petty from some of the listeners, from some of the Stewies. But now I kind of see what they were talking about. Chances are you're probably going to win today. We'll see what happens with that. We'll see. But, I mean, right now, I've never put a star by somebody's name, by a nominee's name. That's a first. That's not a good indicator. When we get back, we're going to talk about Adrian Peterson, man. He mad. Adrian Peterson is mad. Tell him why you mad, son. We'll talk about that. I'll read more of your chat. We'll do birthdays. Don't go away. This is the Doug Stewart Show. You get a star by your name tree. System 5 Electronics is proud to offer my listeners in the Atlanta area the most affordable home security monitoring systems, featuring smart solutions for your busy lifestyle for as low as $16.50 per month. Here's just a few reasons to choose System 5. Not only is their monitoring station located here in Atlanta, but they also install the most advanced, up-to-date alarm systems where you can access cameras, lights, door locks, thermostats, and other devices remotely with your smartphone. 24/7 technical support, plus the lowest service call fees in the business. And check this, you own your security alarm system once it's installed. Not only have they been around for almost 25 years, but their customer service is excellent. And you get direct access to the owner, Mr. Maceo Brown, to resolve any issues with your alarm system. Click on the banner on the Doug Stewart Show website or app for more details, or give them a call at 404-756-0736. Again, that's 404-756-0736. And make sure and tell them the Doug Stewart Show sent you. Yes!
At Ticket Liquidator, we believe you should have access to the experiences you want to be a part of. Since 2003, Ticket Liquidator has been connecting buyers and sellers with the most sought-after and often sold-out events across the country. Ticket Liquidator's nationwide network gives you access to one of the largest online inventories of sports, theater, and concert tickets, with prices lower than most companies in other markets. And our security policies are solid, so you can buy with absolute confidence. More tickets, better service, and lower prices, so you can witness the best entertainment, culture, and sports events worldwide. At Ticket Liquidator, we know that seeing a legend bring down the house or watching your team win the championship is about more than a ticket. It's about being there. For all your sports and entertainment ticket needs, call us at 855-638-3034. Again, that's 855-638-3034.
National Debt Relief is one of the country's largest and most reputable debt settlement companies, made up of energetic individuals who are passionate about helping thousands of Americans with debt relief. Most importantly, we're all about helping our customers through a tough financial time in their lives with education and individual customer service. We're dedicated to helping individuals and families rid their lives of burdensome debt, specializing in debt settlement, and they've also negotiated settlements for thousands of creditor and collection accounts. Providing clients with both expertise and proven results, this means helping customers in time of hardship to get out of debt with the least possible cost. It can also mean conducting financial consultations, educating the customer, and recommending the appropriate solution. Core Services offer debt settlement as an alternative. I repeat, alternative to bankruptcy, credit counseling, and debt consolidation. National Debt Relief is your #1 advocate group to help you reestablish financial stability as quickly as possible. So give us a call at 844-828-4975. Again, that's 844-828-4975, and work it out.
She do it all night. She going hard, right? She loves spotlight. She make that thing go. Drip, drop, drip, drippity drop.
Damn, I miss Empire. When does the new season of Empire start back? Can you find that out for me, Tree? This is the Doug Stewart Show. 404-382-0338. You can also email me at doug@thedougstewartshow.com. This segment is brought to you by System 5 Electronics. They're proud to offer my listeners in the Atlanta area the most affordable home security monitoring systems featuring smart solutions for your busy lifestyle for as little as $16.50 per month. They've been in business for over 25 years, man. Fantastic story. The owner, his name is Mr. Maceo Brown, started the company from his garage. He's like a modern-day success story. Huge company, man. Huge layout in Atlanta. And so they're doing big things. He's got Maceo's kids. And if you've ever got an issue with your security alarm system, you can ask to speak to Maceo directly because you heard about the company through the Doug Stewart Show. They've also got a promotion going on right now with the driveway probe. It's real cool. If somebody drives into your yard, you're alerted. They'll send you an email, voice message, picture, video, or whatever directly to your smart device. So it's new age, next level stuff. So check them out at System 5, the number 5, electronicsinc.com. Once again, that's System 5, electronicsinc.com. Security monitoring for as little as $16.50 per month. Make sure and tell them that the Doug Stewart Show sent you. Today, Carmelo Anthony turns 31 years old. Happy birthday to him. New York Knicks forward. Comedian Earthquake turns 52 years old today. Happy birthday to Earthquake. Real cool dude. One of the funniest stand-up comics that I've ever seen in my life, man. I mean, just fantastic. LaToya Jackson is 59 years old today. Happy birthday to LaToya. LaToya Jackson is 59. Damn, she old. And Lisa Welcho is 52 years old. She played Blair on The Facts of Life. Happy birthday to her. Happy birthday. And this is crazy. How often does this happen? LaToya Jackson's sister, Rebe Jackson, was born today as well. And she's 65 years old today. Damn, Rebe old. If Rebe's 65, how old are Joe and Catherine?
Catherine just had a birthday. Like, isn't she like 82 or?
She got to be older than 82. If she's 82, that means she had Rebe when she was like 14. And I'm not great with my math. Let's see. So if she turned, let's confirm.
See how old she is.
Right. Let's confirm her birthday. But damn, you know you're doing good, and God has blessed you. If you got a child that's 65 years old, good Lord. And they still alive and well, from what I know about Joe and Catherine.
She's 85. She was getting it in.
She's 85. So she's 85. That means she had when she was 20.
20.
Right,
yeah.
when she was 20. How old is and we should have done this earlier, and you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show. How old is Joseph? Old Daddy Joe. So I'm figuring he's got to be a little bit older. Why did I think that Joe was much older than Catherine? Like, he was 21.
He's 86.
Oh, so he's only a year older. Okay.
His old mean self.
Come on. Don't believe that. Don't believe that.
Here's the deal. If one person says you're crazy, okay. But if the majority, then the common denominator is you.
I'm gonna tell you, them kids were scared as hell of Joe Jackson. Joe laid down the law, and he pulled out that strap. And but you know what? Them kids are very successful, obviously. I mean, the whole family is very successful. I mean, what? What? It worked. All that ass cutting worked. 404-382-0338 is the number to the show. This is the Doug Stewart Show. Let me read more of your chat here. Thank you so much for well, I won't read chat right now. Well, let me quickly talk about this Adrian Peterson story. I'm sure you've heard about it. Adrian Peterson, in a string of tweets, in effect showed disdain for the fact that NFL franchises have so much power and have the ability to cut players whenever they want and not honor the contract. Here's a quote. He says, "I know hundreds of players that wish their team would have honored the contract, but instead got through to the side like trash." He tweeted, "A little crazy how one side has so much power that they can do as they please when it comes to the contract, but when the other side, the players, feels for whatever reason, family, change of scenery, or simply what they feel just might work best for them, those same laws don't apply." Now, if you've listened to me over the years, you know that this is one of my pet peeves. This is one of the things in sports that I have a real issue with. It makes no sense to me at all why NFL players, more so than any other sport and sports players, don't have guaranteed contracts. Now, I totally get it. If you didn't have guaranteed contracts, if you had guaranteed contracts in the NFL for players, it'd be pandemonium. When guys get hurt all the time, and guys don't perform, you're wrong about a guy, you give him all of this money and he doesn't perform, then, you're ass out with just a scrub player. I get that, and I guess it kind of leads to the balance of the NFL and why there's so much parity. I kind of get that. But if you look at all of the other sports, if you look at baseball and you look at basketball, they got guaranteed contracts, and football players take the most punishment. That doesn't sound fair. That doesn't sound right. And then on the flip side of that as well, these are the deals and these are the negotiations agreed upon by the NFL's players union. Okay? They agreed upon all of this. They agreed the fact that they don't have, guaranteed contracts. They agreed to give Roger Goodell all power dealing with anything as far as conduct is concerned for the players in the NFL. And so, they agreed upon this, and I've said this as well many, many times, is that the players union is the weakest and agrees to the worst deals, more so in football than any other sports players and unions. It's just absolutely horrible. And DeMaurice Smith is doing a fantastic job, I think. You can tell he knows what he's doing, walks the walk, talks the talk, sounds great doing it. But don't get mad right now, Adrian Peterson, because you signed a contract that was loaded to the side of the organization. And I'm an Adrian Peterson fan. I really think it's going to be very interesting to see what happens when he doesn't show up to any of these OTAs, these workouts with the teams before the season starts. When he doesn't show up to any of these type of things, and then when he gets into camp and into the season, and they owe him all this money, and he doesn't put forth effort, whether it's conscious or subconscious. I talked about this on yesterday. I talked about it from the perspective of him purposely not putting forth effort in the fact that he's mad and doesn't want to be there in Minnesota. I talked about him purposely doing that yesterday. What would happen? The Minnesota Vikings, they have a contract with him. And if they don't want him, if he's not producing, then what do they do? Cut him. He wants to be cut. He doesn't want to play for the Minnesota Vikings. But even if it's subconscious, if he goes out there and his heart just isn't in it because he feels some type of way about the organization, about the city or whatever, then he's not going to be any good to you as well. I want to see what happens when that goes down. I'm not saying it is going to go down, but I'd love to see what happens if Adrian Peterson goes back to Minnesota and his heart isn't in it, and he's not the Adrian Peterson of old. I want to see what the Minnesota Vikings are going to do at that point. 404-382. What do you got to say about this, Vince? Vince from Minnesota. What's going to happen? It's going to be very, very interesting. 404-382-0338 is the number to the show. This is the Doug Stewart Show, the realest, trillest sports talk show in America. A little bit later, we're going to give up this week's Boiled Peanuts Award. You don't want to go anywhere and miss that. And also, when we get back from the break, what I'm going to do in hour number 2, the show flies by every single day. I don't know how it flies by this fast. Oh, I know why. It's because you're having fun. It's because you're having fun. When we get back, I'm going to read chat. Get your thoughts about this Adrian Peterson story. Get your thoughts about Tom Thibodeau being fired in Chicago. And also, we've kind of got the early lines for the NBA Finals between the Warriors and the Cavs. We'll get into that conversation as well. This is your show. You the people, right? This is the people show. This is your show, the Doug Stewart Show. Don't go away. You've been thinking about starting that online store, right? And you do know e-commerce makes billions a year. That's right. I said billions with a B, okay? A B. Well, just do it and do it right with my friends at AmeriCommerce. AmeriCommerce is an easy-to-use tool to sell anything online on Facebook and through mobile phones. Over 100,000 merchants and website owners have chosen AmeriCommerce to handle their stores and customers. They have the most in-depth features in the industry, which include multiple storefronts, website management from one console, a Facebook shopping application, a mobilized, optimized website, and much more. Don't let eBay, Amazon, and Zappos get all the money. Get your piece of the pie, too. Click on their banner link on thedougstewartshow.com or the app link for more details. First of all, thank you for listening to The Doug Stewart Show. Now, if you've been listening for a while, you know that we've grown exponentially over the first couple of months. Whether that's listens, whether that's followers, we're blowing up, and you can be a part of it. If you have a company out there and you like to promote on The Doug Stewart Show, we'd love to partner with you. Here's what you do. Email me at doug@thedougstewartshow.com. Once again, that's doug@thedougstewartshow.com. Whether that's locally, regionally, or nationally, we can get the word out. What you're talking about is middle-aged dudes that love sports and love exciting sports talk. Once again, email me at doug@thedougstewartshow.com. That's doug@thedougstewartshow.com, and we will put you out there, all right? That's doug@thedougstewartshow.com. Let's do some business. Yes! Fantasy sports fans are winning huge cash prizes every day at DraftKings.com. America's favorite place to play daily fantasy sports. Daily fantasy means no season-long commitments. Play whenever you want. Just pick your sport and draft your team. It's like a new season every time you play, so you're never stuck with the same players. Last year, $300 million were won at DraftKings.com, and you could be next to win big. Go to DraftKings.com now and enter promo code STU to play for free. That's STU for free entry now at DraftKings.com. Also, if you use promo code STU, DraftKings will match your initial deposit up to $600. Deposit $600, play with $1,200. DraftKings.com, promo code STU. Hour number 2 of the Doug Stewart Show. Support independent radio. Support the Doug Stewart Show, man, and donate to the show at thedougstewartshow.com. Just click on the little button. I mean, do you not have fun? Are you not entertained when you listen to the Doug Stewart Show? You know you are. Donate $20 or more and get the first run edition of the Doug Stewart Show t-shirt. And we ordered a limited amount of t-shirts, so once these are gone, they're gone. And these are collector's items. What we'll do is we'll come up with a different shirt, and we talked about it on the show about 2-3 weeks ago. We're going to put different slogans, different sayings, or different things that have to do with the show on the t-shirt. So I'm telling you, when we blow up like Nitro, we're worldwide, truthfully, you have a collector's item in the Doug Stewart Show t-shirt. So go to thedougstewartshow.com, click on the donate button, and $20 or more, we'll send you a t-shirt. Whether you get the first run or not is up to you. But $20 or more, we'll send you a t-shirt from the show saying thank you very much. So I've been talking about Tom Thibodeau. What are your thoughts on that? Or if you're somebody that thinks they should have got rid of him. I kind of talked about it and given my slant of things, obviously, and that I think it was wrong, and I hate when coaches get fired for things outside of the realm of what they're supposed to be doing, what they were hired for. But if you think that the Bulls were right in getting rid of Thibodeau, if you feel like that he ran them, and I'm doing little quote marks in the air, if you feel like that he ran the players in the ground, I'd like to hear from you as well. And whenever I ask people to comment and give me thoughts and opinions on Spreaker.com in the chat room, I don't want you to automatically feel the same way that I feel. I mean, it's about debate a lot of times. On First Take, that's what we did, is we debated. And a lot of times, if we had the same opinions, they wanted us to try to find a reason to take the other side, because debate is healthy and it's good. So if you feel differently about Thibodeau, if you think it was good that they got rid of his punk ass, then let me hear from you in the chat room on Spreaker.com. Golden State right now is the favorite to win the title, Vegas says. The Westgate Las Vegas Superbook, which made the Warriors a favorite and earlier this month, currently have them as a 5-12 odds to win it all, with the Cavs getting a 2-1 odds to win the trophy this year in the NBA Finals. I don't see how, and I know, and I always talk about how, and you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show, how sports is not a fairy tale, and life is not a fairy tale in general. This ain't a fairy tale, man. And I mean, it would be perfect, and I've actually been on record, and I said it, that I think it would be a great thing if the Cleveland Cavaliers win an NBA championship. LeBron going back to Cleveland, going home. I'm coming home. I'm coming home. Tell the world I'm coming home. That'd be a real cute story. I like it. I think he's a great kid. Obviously, I think he's one of the best players to ever play the game. But at the end of the day, man, this isn't a fairy tale. You know, just because that would be the greatest and the most interesting outcome, that doesn't mean it's going to happen. And right now, Cleveland's running into a buzzsaw. And I mean, they're young. There's a lot of reasons to understand why Cleveland should or can win this series. And a lot of reasons on why Golden State can win this series as well. I just think that Golden State is just a well-oiled machine right now. And for a long time, I didn't really believe that. And let's be honest, and you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show, and I can keep it real. We really, especially living on this side of the country, a lot of us, and I'm putting myself in this category as well, we really probably didn't understand the levity, okay, or the uniqueness and how great of a team that Golden State is, because they're on the West Coast and we try to watch them. So a lot of times we watch highlights, but we don't watch we didn't get to see a lot of Golden State because they're a young and up-and-coming team. They're on the West Coast, so when they did play in the late game on the Puppet Factory or on NBA TV or whatever, you couldn't watch the whole damn thing. You'd be up till 1 o'clock in the morning, and you wouldn't be able to function at your job the next day. So we kind of heard about Golden State. We saw their record. We know they got great players, but I think in the playoffs, we're really getting a first-hand glimpse of how good of a team they are. They are. And, I mean, defensively, they're fantastic. Offensively, they're fantastic. It seems like everybody on the damn team can shoot three-pointers. You're talking about Draymond Green shoots three-pointers. Harrison Barnes shoots three-pointers. And they just look good. And so at the end of the day, man, I don't think it's a fairy tale. And I think Golden State's going to win this thing. They do have LeBron James. They do have one of the best players to ever step on the court. And I think he's an X factor. All right, he's a way that they could tilt this series to the Cavs side. But I just don't think he has enough right now. I think they're going to figure out a way to try to minimize the effect of J.R. Smith shooting the threes. And then outside of that, you got Iman Shumpert, a defensive guy. You got punk-ass Della Vadova out there fouling people. I mean, he really shouldn't even be in the NBA in relative terms. You just don't have the players. You don't have the team and the chemistry that Golden State is that they possess right now. I think Golden State's the team to beat. What are your thoughts on that? 404-382-0338. That's the number to the show. From Brian Lucas, what would Joe Jackson do with Riley Curry? Now, that's funny. And Joe Jackson did whip some ass in that house, clearly, and I talked about it a little bit earlier. Reby Jackson. Reby Jackson turning 65 years old today. You remember this? Y'all remember this?
Centipede! Oh,
Hold on.
here we go.
Your love is like a raging fire. You won't stay loose. The strike is your desire. But when the centipede is hot. Yeah, the great Reby Jackson.
Did you hear that you were not singing the same key?
Excuse me?
I'm just saying. Are your headphones? Put your headphones on.
My headphones are on. You can see that my headphones are on. What are you talking about? Shouts out to Reby Jackson. It's her birthday today. The great Reby Jackson turned 65 years old. I had an opportunity to play Centipede, and I went with it. Golly. All right, so let me give you some behind-the-scenes stuff that's going on. Since I've started pursuing my career, just on the side, I mean, this is what I do for a living. But in the last couple of weeks, it's kind of struck me my first love is singing. You know the whole long story. I'm not going to get back into it about me and New Edition, and we're not going to talk about that. But since I've decided to reignite my fire, speaking of Reby Jackson and fire, of singing and the art of singing, I have received several emails and calls concerning, possibly signing with a major label. Well, I know. Shut up. I know. My singing is an acquired taste. I know, studio audience. Shut up. We know that. But I think people are starting to see the greatness in it right now, Tree. And I owe you a lot for inspiring me and telling me to pursue that. Thank you very much, Tree. If you weren't already on the boiled peanuts list, if you didn't have a star by your name, I might take your name off. But because you got that star, I'm going to let your name stay up there. But you and a lot of listeners that listen to the show, on the Doug Stewart Show, have inspired me to pursue my first dream in life is to be a professional singer.
What labels? Are there even any labels anymore? Are there record labels anymore?
I don't want to talk about that because it's personal information. I don't want to affect the negotiations. So let's just leave it out there.
Are we going to be changing the show time? Because if you're in the studio somewhere else and not in this one.
We're trying to work that out. We're trying to work that out right now as we speak. We're not changing the show time. Oh, no. I mean, I've gotten the idea to, while I'm singing on the show, that we just take that raw audio and just put it on wax.
Oh, they don't, okay. All right, Pumpkin.
Or in the MP4, MP3 or whatever. That's what I mean. I went back just now. I showed my age just now. But you know what I mean. So we might just take the raw audio whenever I just blast out a tune on the show, and the label will use that. But we're still in early negotiations on that. From Fell Pay, them Jackson kids was soft as hell. Yeah, they all I saw. Jermaine Jackson got one of the craziest hairdos I've ever seen in my life. The man has a combination Jerry curl and finger weave. Google Jermaine Jackson. Is it Jermaine or is it? It's Jermaine, isn't it, Tree? And you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show.
Why do you always say finger weaves? It's finger waves.
I mean, but it looks like it's a weave. It doesn't look real. I purposely said finger weaves.
The top part is the Eddie Long collection, but the side.
So you're saying the top part of Jermaine's hairstyle is definitely fake?
I believe it's a piece.
Well, it has to be. It has to be because the man's 60 years old or nearing 60 years old, and you don't possess finger waves like that when you're 60. It's impossible.
Well, maybe his mama got good hair, or
whatever with the good hair stuff.
But it does look like the.
I almost got in a fight one time at the barbershop many, many years ago when Michael Jackson was like in his late 40s, and I tried to tell these dudes in the barbershop that Michael Jackson was wearing a hairpiece, that he can't have the same damn Jerry curl texture that he had from 1982, and it's got to be a weave. Oh, man, you shut up. You just hating on the King of Pop. I ain't hating on the King of Pop, but the King of Pop was obviously wearing a hair weave or some type of hair thing. Yeah, I love Michael Jackson, okay? But come on. And then his brother Jermaine is just taking it to a new level with this crap that he got in his head. What's the matter with Jermaine? And Tree, go ahead and put it in the Doug Stewart Show chat group on Facebook so people can see what I'm talking about. The man got a combination Jerry curl, finger weave, / wave pattern going on in his damn head. And it looked like he got a half a pound of grease in it. Or jelly. Petroleum jelly.
Is it called Royal Crown? What's that grease from back?
Royal Crown. It's Royal Crown. Did your mama
put grease in your hair?
Royal Crown.
Yes, and Blue Magic.
Right. Well, you went back just now.
Blue Magic used to have a jingle. I'm not going to sing it because I don't want to get you started.
Yeah. I mean, I don't remember the jingle. If I did, trust me, I would be singing it right now. But Yeah, I don't know what's the matter with Jermaine, man. That whole family is screwed up, and it's probably because of them ass cuttings from Joe. I tried to defend Joe a little bit earlier, but boy, there was nobody with that belt like Joe. Allegedly. There was nobody like Joe with that belt, boy. All right, when I get back, all I'm going to do is read chat. We'll do the BPA winner at 11:30. I give you a little bit of time to stew on the nominees. When we get back, all I'm going to do is read chat. Adrian Peterson, Chicago Bulls firing their coach. Golden State is the favorite. And we also got to talk about Chip Kelly kind of responding to what LaShawn McCoy had to say about him and getting rid of all the team's black good players. Don't go away, the Doug Stewart Show. System 5 Electronics is proud to offer my listeners in the Atlanta area the most affordable home security monitoring systems, featuring smart solutions for your busy lifestyle for as low as $16.50 per month. Here's just a few reasons to choose System 5. Not only is their monitoring station located here in Atlanta, but they also install the most advanced, up-to-date alarm systems where you can access cameras, lights, door locks, thermostats, and other devices remotely with your smartphone. 24/7 technical support, plus the lowest service call fees in the business. And check this, you own your security alarm system once it's installed. Not only have they been around for almost 25 years, but their customer service is excellent. And you get direct access to the owner, Mr. Maceo Brown, to resolve any issues with your alarm system. Click on the banner on the Doug Stewart Show website or app for more details, or give them a call at 404-756-0736. Again, that's 404-756-0736. And make sure and tell them the Doug Stewart Show sent you. Yes!
At Ticket Liquidator, we believe you should have access to the experiences you want to be a part of. Since 2003, Ticket Liquidator has been connecting buyers and sellers with the most sought-after and often sold-out events across the country. Ticket Liquidator's nationwide network gives you access to one of the largest online inventories of sports, theater, and concert tickets, with prices lower than most companies in other markets. And our security policies are solid, so you can buy with absolute confidence. More tickets, better service, and lower prices, so you can witness the best entertainment, culture, and sports events worldwide. At Ticket Liquidator, we know that seeing a legend bring down the house or watching your team win the championship is about more than a ticket. It's about being there. For all your sports and entertainment ticket needs, call us at 855-638-3034. Again, that's 855-638-3034.
National Debt Relief is one of the country's largest and most reputable debt settlement companies, made up of energetic individuals who are passionate about helping thousands of Americans with debt relief. Most importantly, we're all about helping our customers through a tough financial time in their lives with education and individual customer service. We're dedicated to helping individuals and families rid their lives of burdensome debt. Specializing in debt settlement, and they've also negotiated settlements for thousands of creditor and collection accounts. Providing clients with both expertise and proven results, this means helping customers in time of hardship to get out of debt with the least possible cost. It can also mean conducting financial consultations, educating the customer, and recommending the appropriate solution. Core Services offer debt settlement as an alternative. I repeat, alternative to bankruptcy, credit counseling, and debt consolidation. National Debt Relief is your #1 advocate group to help you reestablish financial stability as quickly as possible. So give us a call at 844-828-4975. Again, that's 844-828-4975, and work it out.
In a constant battle against lame-ass sports and guy talk, you are tuned in to the Doug Stewart Show, the realest, trillest, most unfiltered sports talk show in America. Thank you for joining your boy. Donate to the show, man. We would really appreciate it. $20 or more, and we'll send you a T-shirt. $20 or more, we'll send you a T-shirt. First run edition of the Doug Stewart Show. Thank you very much for patronizing the show and telling people about the show. We really appreciate it. Let me go ahead and grab a call. Caller, thanks for calling the Doug Stewart Show. What's your name? Where you calling from? What you want to talk about?
Doug Stewart, Vince Wright, the great state of Minnesota.
Vince Wright! Vince Wright! What's up, brother? So wait a minute, Vince. Is this the first time you've ever been on the Doug Stewart Show? I can't remember. My head's kind of bad.
It is the first time ever.
Wow. Thank you, Vince, for your patronage, bro. Thank you for telling people about the show, for the love for the Stews, man. I appreciate you, man. What you got?
Well, the Vikings, man, they've done everything they can to bend over backwards for this brother. This agent is in his ear. That's the problem. The agent keeps talking to him. And I don't know where AP's coming from now. I get what he's talking about on contracts, but he's making $13 million. Come back and play the year and then get it figured out.
Yeah. I don't know if that's going to happen. What do you think is going to happen ultimately? I've been floating out there that I think he's just going to be disgruntled when he gets there, and they're not going to get the production out of the guy that they would if he was happy. So I don't know. You cutting off your nose to spite your face, kind of.
Yeah, that's true, but the local talk up here is that the team really wants him back, and if he ain't able to come back, and let's say he does come back with an attitude, it could all blow up, but I think winning will cure everything, Doug.
Right.
And if, with Teddy Bridgewater, got some new pieces in place now with the receivers and whatnot, winning cures all, and I think if the Vikings, say maybe they go 4-1, 6-2, 6-3, somewhere in that neighborhood, we won't even be talking about this. We'll just be talking about how the Atlanta Braves still suck.
Here you go. Hey, Vince, before I let you go, man, we rarely talk to people about Minnesota sports. You guys are on fire right now. You got the number one pick in the NBA draft. You've already got, Wiggins, who was the rookie of the year last year. The Twins are in first place. And then Minnesota is kind of looking up with Teddy Bridgewater, and, we'll see what happens with this Adrian Peterson thing, man. Congratulations to Minnesota sports. Can you ever remember it being, I guess, kind of this exciting with all the teams that you talk about from the state of Minnesota?
Only a couple times, Doug. When the Twins won the World Series in 87-91, I'm actually old enough to remember them getting their butts kicked by the Oakland Raiders in their last Super Bowl appearance back in 77, I think it was. The Jack Tatum laying out my boy Sammy White in that hit.
Right.
But outside of that, maybe I think it was 2003 when our Wolves reached the Western Conference Finals against the Lakers when we had KG and Latrell and all them boys. But no, the Twins are the big surprise up here, and that's what everybody's starting to kind of rock and roll around now. I'm very excited for the football season.
That's what's up, man. Vince, once again, thanks for the love, bruh.
Hey, Doug, anytime, man, anytime. And please give Tree this award.
Appreciate the call from a man, Vince, from Minnesota. I'm going to tell you, Vince. I mean, there's been a lot of weeks that have gone by where Tree was in the running, but there was just too staunch a competition. And so she ultimately didn't win. But today, she's got a star by her name. I mean, who does that? And you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show. So I think in about 10 minutes, we might make history, man. We might make history. So stay tuned as we give out the Boyle Peanut Award coming up in the next segment. 404-382-0338 is the number to the show. From Niner for Life. I saw Earthquake. He's funny. I talked about Earthquake, his birthday today. Happy birthday to Earthquake, comedian extraordinaire. We've had him in studio back in the day many, many times. Real cool dude. From Fail Pay, Doug, how is Daredevil going? Did you finish? Oh, yeah. I kept trying to remember to talk about Daredevil at the urging of a lot of people, Tree included. I watched the series Daredevil, and I thought it was very, very good. Let me tell you something real crazy, though. Well, I can tell you this. Go and watch it. It's very well done. Let me tell you this. A lot of people, they didn't show his costume. He didn't start wearing the costume till, I think, the very last episode of season 1. If that's a spoiler, then fine, be it. I mean, the first season's been done for a while. But the whole kind of build-up was him finally getting this Daredevil suit and wearing it in the last episode and fighting the bad guys or whatever. So he got the suit done. And a lot of people love the suit. I didn't like the suit. I don't like the new Daredevil suit for TV, and I guess they try to modernize these superhero costumes because a lot of people feel like that the costume in the comic books is real cheesy looking, with the spandex looking stuff or whatever. I actually like the cheesy looking spandex stuff. Yeah, I actually like it. So I think the suit is too far from the original. All right, if you understand what I'm saying, and I guess if you're old school like me that read all these comic books growing up in Marvel, then you kind of feel what I'm saying. But I thought it was a great series. I was kind of let down a little bit about that damn suit in the last episode, but I will watch season 2, and I guess that's the biggest barometer. Will I watch season 2? And I will watch season 2. Very well acted for the most part, and so I like Daredevil. Go and watch it. It's pretty decent. From Dollars and Cents, Empire got to find a new place to do business. What does that mean? Are they not on Fox anymore? Some type of contract dispute? Brian Lucas, do you write Tree's name on the BPA? Is it engraved? Is the BPA a greasy paper bag? Whatever it is, go ahead and put Tree's name on it. Very disrespectful Tree a little bit earlier today. Nominated for a BPA. I mean, who gets nominated on the damn last day? From KC, Tree goes to the BPA courtroom every week, and she walks every week. Vince Wright, haha, Tree is a star of what? 2 nominations. She's better win. From J-Rob, Vince actually called and echoed that sentiment. From J-Rob, so wait, Doug, are you reneging Windhorse's BPA from last week? Oh, no, of course not. This is a totally different week. It's a totally different narrative with that Riley Curry kid. Last week was just totally out of bounds. He overstepped the line. This week it's a totally different argument. From Izaman on Spreaker.com in the chat room. Truth is the Bulls are screwed. That roster is done. No coach in their right mind messes with 2 more years of roles at max. Jose Negron. Bulls were dead wrong, but I don't blame them. The hire will make this a right or wrong move. Yeah, we'll see what happens. Whoever comes in there, whether it's Fred Hoiberg or whatever, or a name that I floated out there from one of my sources, Tom Izzo, we'll see what happens. There's going to be a definite marker as far as of success for the team, pre-Thibodeau and post-Thibodeau. So we'll keep our eyes on that. From Isman, BPA to the Warriors training staff. From KC, if Izzo didn't take the Cavaliers job a few years back, don't see him leaving now. Once again, I'm not saying it's going to happen, but I haven't heard that name mentioned anywhere. And someone very close to the situation said that that's in play. So we'll watch out for it. Eugene Jackson, Doug, Chicago will be hiring Fred Hoiberg. The next head coach for the Chicago Bulls is all the talk on the Chicago media up here. Let's see. You're listening to the Doug Stewart Show. From Scotty, Miami not wanting to pay D-Wade is a validation of LeBron did the right thing. Well, and I haven't gotten into that conversation yet, and I'll try to do that in the next segment. I'll talk about D-Wade, and I also got to talk about what's going on with the Philadelphia Eagles. This is why we need 3 hours to the Doug Stewart Show, because there's just so much great stuff to talk about. But, yeah, it looks like D-Wade maybe leaving the Chicago Bulls. I'll talk about it in the next segment. Get into it a little bit more with details of what's going on. Kind of a sad situation if you're a Miami Heat fan. We'll get to that conversation in the next segment. As well as, we're going to give this week's Boiled Peanuts Award. And you don't want to miss it. I think we're going to make history, man. You did it to yourself. That's all I'm going to say. Don't go away. History probably going to be made on the Doug Stewart Show today. This is the Doug Stewart Show. Don't go away. First of all, thank you for listening to the Doug Stewart Show. Now, if you've been listening for a while, you know that we've grown exponentially over the first couple of months. Whether that's listens, whether that's followers, we're blowing up, and you can be a part of it. If you have a company out there and you like to promote on the Doug Stewart Show, we'd love to partner with you. Here's what you do. Email me at doug@thedougstewartshow.com. Once again, that's doug@thedougstewartshow.com. Whether that's locally, regionally, or nationally, we can get the word out. What you're talking about is middle-aged dudes that love sports and love exciting sports talk. Once again, email me at doug@thedougstewartshow.com. That's doug@thedougstewartshow.com, and we will put you out there. All right? That's doug@thedougstewartshow.com. Let's do some business. Yes!
National Debt Relief is one of the country's largest and most reputable debt settlement companies, made up of energetic individuals who are passionate about helping thousands of Americans with debt relief. Most importantly, we're all about helping our customers through a tough financial time in their lives with education and individual customer service. We're dedicated to helping individuals and families rid their lives of burdensome debt. Specializing in debt settlement, and they've also negotiated settlements for thousands of creditor and collection accounts. Providing clients with both expertise and proven results, this means helping customers in time of hardship to get out of debt with the least possible cost. It can also mean conducting financial consultations, educating the customer, and recommending the appropriate solution. Core Services offer debt settlement as an alternative. I repeat, alternative to bankruptcy, credit counseling, and debt consolidation. National Debt Relief is your #1 advocate group to help you reestablish financial stability as quickly as possible. So give us a call at 844-828-4975. Again, that's 844-828-4975, and work it out.
This your boy Doug Stewart for my folks at System 5 Electronics. They're proud to offer my listeners here in the Metro Atlanta area all the way down to Macon, Georgia, the most affordable home security monitoring systems, featuring smart solutions for that busy lifestyle you lead for as low as $16.50 per month. Here's some of the reasons why you should choose System 5.
Hi, I'm Maceo Brown, President and CEO of System 5 Electronics. We take pride in making sure that security is the #1 thing that we do. And thanks to you, the customer that has supported us, we have grown this company in Southwest Atlanta, where we're creating jobs and opportunities.
Not only is their monitoring station here in Atlanta, but they also install the most advanced, up-to-date alarm systems where you can access cameras, lights, door locks, thermostats, and other devices remotely with your smartphone. 24/7 technical support, plus the lowest service call fees in the business. And check this. You own the security alarm system once it's installed. And you get direct access to the owner if you ever got a problem, Mr. Maceo Brown. Click on the banner on the Doug Stewart Show website or app for more details, or give them a call at 404-756-0736. Again, that's 404-756-0736, or online at System5electronicsinc.com. That's System5electronicsinc.com. Penis tastes better boiled.
Ladies and gentlemen, today we are going to begin our study of the male erection. We are adults. Now, I want everybody together to go ahead and say, penis, penis, penis.
Penis tastes better. Penis tastes better. Penis tastes better boiled.
Come on, y'all, say it.
No, man. P-nuts. I'm trying to say it as slow as I can. P-nuts. P-E-A-N-U-T-S. P-nuts. Y'all know what the hell I was saying.
Come on, y'all, say it.
All right, we've come to that time of the week on a funky football Friday. Your Boiled Peanuts award ceremonies. And man, we've got a great list this week. couple of people separated themselves from the pack, though, in my opinion. But this is all, based on what the listeners are saying, the Stewies. I mean, the Stewies got like 98% of this vote, and so they have spoken. Let me give you your nominees for this week's Boiled Peanuts Award. LeBron James for being a drama queen. Matthew Dellavedova for being a bitch. Andrew Bogut for scoring 0 points in the game, and he's 7 feet tall. Some real mean person nominated a kid, Riley Curry, for acting up at the post-game press conference. And then subsequently, what I did, being the guy that I am, is I really placed the blame on Steph Curry and Steph's wife for bringing the baby back to the press conference again and having her show out. So the Riley family has been nominated, and you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show. The Chicago Bulls for firing a guy that had a 65% winning percentage basically in the NBA, and getting rid of him and really trying to make him look bad and sullying his name. Dwight Howard for saying that he's a champion no matter what happens. You ain't no damn champion. You ain't no damn champion. Shut up. Sit your ass down somewhere. And then lastly, man, our own Tree, the producer to the Doug Stewart Show. I mean, she had gone all week without getting nominated for a Boiled Peanuts Award, and then on Friday, I guess she just started smelling her top lip, just acting out in class and really belittling the host, which is never good. And so Tree was nominated today for a couple of different things. I actually even had to put a star by her name. And so I think she really made her own bed, so she's going to probably have to lie in it. So without further ado, this week's Boiled Peanuts Award winner is... This week's Boiled Peanuts Award winner is... Matthew Dellavedova.
Woo! Go Matthew! Go Matthew! Dirty Della!
Matthew Dellavedova.
Yes.
And I mentioned it a couple of days ago, and I mean, this is a real tough decision, but I mean, once again, the dogs, the poodles, the Stewies, I mean, it's their vote. And really, I'm on board with this, as much as Tree may have deserved it.
Go ahead and sing that song, Douglas.
I have never, okay, I will. Give me a second. I have never, I don't think, hated anybody as much as I hate this Matthew Dellavedova kid right now. Man, I had such a disdain for Danny Ainge. But, I mean, in just a few short days, a few games, Matthew Dellavedova, they're calling the guy Deli, right now in the streets, Dirty Deli, whatever you want to call him. He is this week's Boiled Peanuts Award winner. Dirty Dellavedova, ho! Dirty Dellavedova, ho! Dirty Dova, ho! Ow! Dum dum, dum dum, dum dum, dum dum, dum dum, dum dum, So there you have it. There you have it. And then you get a little bit of Dirty Dellavedova with it. You're welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome, studio audience. 404-382-0338 is the number to the show. You can also email me at doug@thedugstewartshow.com. Some people are mad in here that Tree didn't win. I mean, hey, y'all voted. I mean, this was secret balloting. We do secret balloting around here, and overwhelmingly, y'all agree with me. My vote was for Dellavedova, that Matthew Dellavedova should win, and so he did. All right, so don't get mad at me. I mean, don't hate the player, hate the game. Somebody mentioned it in the last segment, Dwayne Wade, and the fact that there's a good chance that he may move on from the Miami Heat. And you talk about faces of a franchise. I think Dwayne Wade is the face of the Miami Heat. I'm trying to think of who would be the face of the Miami Heat. Maybe Glenn Rice. No. Ronnie Cycli. No. I mean, no. Alonzo Mourning. No, I think it's Dwayne Wade. But remember last year where he had his deal cut down so that they could sign more players and try to win another ring? He went from $41 million for 2 years and went all the way down to $31 million for 2 years. He did that, but they also put into his contract an opt-out clause. And it's looking like he might take advantage of it and move on from the Miami Heat. If they don't give him a new deal, I guess, and I'm going to assume making the money that he gave up last year or more. And he wants to test his wares on the open market. So we'll see what happens with that. It'd be kind of sad. Once again, I love when a Hall of Fame type player, or one of the best players of all times, when they play for one organization throughout their career. I really, really love that. But this might be a situation where he's going to move on because Pat Riley, hornswoggle dude, to take less money. Who does that? You remember he did that? He did that, and I think Chris Bosh also did it as well, was going to take less money. Who takes less money for somebody else? No disrespect. We love you, LeBron, but I'm not going to take less money for you. But they did it, all trying to get LeBron to come back there, and you know what happened with that. That blew up in their face. But now D. Wade is saying that, he might be on the move. He might opt out, and we'll see what happens with that. I don't know. If you're a Miami Heat fan, Mocha Bella's a Miami Heat fan, how you feel about that? You feel some type of way about Dwayne Wade wearing another uniform? Now, it happens all the time. I mean, it happens all the time. I mean, rarely you see, Magic Johnson just play for the Lakers or something like that. I mean, there's so many examples. Like Patrick Ewing played for the Seattle Supersonics. Dominique Wilkins played for the Clippers and for the Celtics. So it happens all the time in basketball as well. I just hate to see it, but it's business, not personal. It is business. 404-382-0338 is the number to the show. Tree, jump off for a second here. I'm seeing a lot of anger.
What?
I'm seeing a lot of
anger
of angst in the chat room about you not winning this award.
Powerful.
Yeah.
I don't know why anyone could be possibly. I am a kind, generous.
I agree.
soul.
I agree with you. And trust me, Tree, if you would have won the award fair and square, I would have given it to you. I mean, this is just, we keeps it real around here. But I mean, damn, why are these people so mad? What'd you do to these people, Tree?
Well, I really, honestly, I can't even say. I mean, I'm here to assist you. That is always my motive, for you to shine.
Right.
And you.
Thank you. And I thank you for everything that you've done for the Doug Stewart Show. But I just feel bad that these people wanted you to win so bad.
Maybe we should facilitate one of those contests where everyone can come and throw pie at Tree. Okay? And we'll get you a cape and dress you up like James Brown because I'm just a peon.
Oh, that's not true. That's not true.
So yeah, let's get a sponsor, somebody that is a baker, to sponsor a pie contest, and everyone come and throw pie at me.
Do you know what people would pay to throw a pie at you, Tree? Wow.
Let's find out. We can find out.
I mean, now that's a fundraiser for the Doug Stewart Show.
Absolutely.
By the way, you can donate to the Doug Stewart Show at thedougstewartshow.com. We would appreciate it greatly. $20 or more, we send you a cool, fresh Doug Stewart Show t-shirt. That's right. So that's thedougstewartshow.com. Donate and congratulate for these 2 hours that we share together. That's thedougstewartshow.com in all seriousness. All right, when we get back from the break, damn it, show is over just like that. We'll talk a little bit more sports. I'm going to mention Jameis Winston, as well as I'm going to read more of your chat. All right. Shouts out to Vince from Minnesota, man. You tried, bruh. Hey, do Tree owe you money, Vince? Not only did he put some comments in the chat room about giving Tree the BPA, but he called up here. We've been doing the show 8 months, and Vince ain't never called up here. And the last thing he said is, give Tree the BPA, Doug. Damn.
I let that ninja get through to you, too.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, you did. So, all right. Don't go away. Last segment of the Doug Stewart Show. Keep it locked. In life, things happen, good and bad, and being prepared is always important. If you're like me, a husband, a father, and protector of that family tree, then your family is the most important thing in the world. 95 million U.S. adults don't have protection in place. So, What I've done is put my protection in the hands of the largest and number one independent financial services company in North America, and that's Primerica. They look out for middle America because they believe that offering the most competitive premiums only benefits the client and have been doing so since 1977. If you're a parent, husband, or wife and want to discuss options with one of Primerica's top reps, then call my guy, Greg Wynn, at 678-439-7172. Again, that's 678-439-7172, and he'll put your family first. And hey, tell him that Doug Stewart sent you. Yes! I don't like Johnny Gill. He took my spot on New Edition. One of my favorite songs of all time from New Edition is Can You Stand the Rain? So to pay ode to that famous song, man, I'm going to give you my little rendition of Can You Stand the Rain? On a perfect day, I know that I can count on you. Ooh. When that's not possible, tell me, can you weather the storm? Then Ralph jumps in. 'Cause I need somebody who will stand. Shut up! Who will stand by me through the good times and bad times. She will always be right there. Hey, sunny days. Everybody has them. And tell me, baby, can you stand the rain? J-Rob, Tree, if you stop Doug singing, we will renege your BPA nomination. Huh? Buster, Doug, I see why you got kicked out of the Wait a minute. Back up, Jack. Shut up. Studio audience, y'all are out of control today. I mean, seriously, we're going to talk about this. We're going to have to take y'all into Larry's office after this show. That ninja, you just cracked my damn phone screen. What? Where's all of this coming from? Who's putting y'all up to say these things? Who's putting y'all... Okay, Tree, jump on for a second. You're listening to the Doug Stewart Show. Did you prompt these people to say these nasty things to me on Spreaker.com?
You know what?
I mean, it's jealousy. Tree, we know that you sing. But you don't have to be the only person that can sing, okay? I can see it. What do the kids call it? Hating? Is that what's going on here, Tree? Are you hating on Doug Stewart? Dirty Della.
Oh, my God.
Dirty Della. Oh. Dirty Della. Oh. First of all, thank you for listening to the Doug Stewart Show. Now, if you've been listening for a while, you know that we've grown exponentially over the first couple of months. Whether that's listens, whether that's followers, we're blowing up, and you can be a part of it. If you have a company out there and you like to promote on the Doug Stewart Show, we'd love to partner with you. Here's what you do. Email me at doug@thedougstewartshow.com. Once again, that's doug@thedougstewartshow.com. Whether that's locally, regionally, or nationally, we can get the word out. What you're talking about is middle-aged dudes that love sports and love exciting sports talk. Once again, email me at doug@thedougstewartshow.com. That's doug@thedougstewartshow.com, and we will put you out there. All right? That's doug@thedougstewartshow.com. Let's do some business. Yes! Welcome back to the Doug Stewart Show. Dirty Della Badova. How? Punk ass Della Badova. You might be winning on the court, but you are a loser as far as the Ball Penis Award. Dirty Della Badova. How? Ow! Boom, boom. Dun, 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 dun. Tree, jump over for a second. You're listening to the Doug Stewart Show.
Yeah.
Who played, they play that song, and it's not the Michael Jackson Dirty Diana song that they play at sporting events all the time. So where did that come from?
I mean, that riff, that guitar riff in the beginning is Black Sabbath. Ozzy Osbourne with his group, it's called Crazy Train, is where I first heard that.
How'd you know that?
Wait a minute.
I'm worldwide. You put that star by my name for a reason.
Are you Vince from Minnesota's cousin or something like that? How would you know that?
I know a lot of music. I mean, I have to.
That's true. That's true.
I'm into good singing or music, so genres don't mean anything to me.
Yeah, they play that all the time at sporting events. I always thought it was Michael Jackson, Dirty Diana, but then I started hearing it or realizing the connection. I was like, damn, this has been done before. This is the Doug Stewart Show. Thank you so much for joining your boy, man. This is a funky football Freaky Friday. As always, we have fun. This segment is brought to you by National Debt Relief. They're one of the country's largest and most reputable debt settlement companies specializing in debt settlement. And they've also negotiated settlements for thousands of creditor and collection accounts. Core Services offer debt settlement as an alternative. I repeat, an alternative to bankruptcy. All right, so before you make that move in filing bankruptcy or debt consolidation or something like that, give my folks a call at 844-828-4975. Once again, that's 844-828-4975. A little story out there on organized team activities, the OTAs for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. They say Jameis Winston is looking very, very good, having a great OTA camp. And the Tampa Bay Buccaneers are very impressed with him and how fast he learns the playbook. And these are things we heard about Jameis Winston when he got to Florida State, is that he's a very smart guy, does a lot of silly things, obviously, off the field that I would attribute to him being young. But a very smart, savvy football player, very intelligent and talking about the game of football. So it looks like he's doing good. It's just OTAs. It's nothing. It's not live bullets or anything like that. But that's a good sign. Any positive commentary about Jameis Winston is a good thing if you ask me. 404-382-0338 is the number to the show. Still got a couple minutes to call in if you'd like. Let me read more of your chat. From Gary Joyner, AP should pull a Barry Sanders. Yeah, but they owe him a lot of money. I think he gets paid like $750,000 a week. For people that don't know, in the NFL, they don't get paid any other time of the year but through the season. So they get paid 16 checks a year, in effect. That's it. They don't get paid right now in the summertime. They don't even get paid during preseason. They get paid weekly during the 16 weeks of the year. And they owe him $750,000 a week. And so if he just pulls a Barry Sanders, Gary Joyner, that means he don't get his money. So it's give or take. And it's almost like a game of chicken. And who's going to blink first? So we'll see what happens with that. From Eugene Jackson, looks like Scott Skiles will be getting the Orlando Magic job today. 9 for life. Scott Skiles hasn't done anything as a coach or player, and I tend to agree. Once again, this is all about relationships. It's politics, and I hate that. That's the one thing I hate about sports because, see, sports, different than life. 9 times out of 10, sports is all handled on the court, on the field, on the diamond or whatever. And it's all about numbers. It's all about winning and losing, W's and L's. But this political side of I know certain guys and I know this person, I know that person, and so I'm going to get the job, or me and management aren't clicking, we aren't getting along, so I get fired. I hate that type of stuff, man. From Gary Joyner, Tree Doug sings well. Plenty of labels, indie labels too. Thank you, Gary. From Miss Mocha Bella, oh, Lord, did Doug just say he wants to be a singer? Heaven help us. Yes, heaven help us. And hopefully heaven will help you that I will get a deal. Okay? From John Fisher, sing it, Doug. Thank you. Chico the Alpha Death Row signing him. Probably won't go with the Death Row deal. I just don't want to do that. From Fat Boy McCoon, damn, Doug, your first album might go wood. What? I mean, thank you. Damn, he said my album might go wood. I'm not sure what wood means, but thank you. It's got to mean something good, right? From Chico the Alpha, Doug, you too old to be lying, big bro. Lying about what, sir? What are you talking about? From Uncle Mike, I think Tree has some incriminating pictures of Doug. He is afraid of Tree. I'm afraid of Tree? Why would I be afraid of Tree? What is that all about, sir, Uncle Mike? And you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show. From Scotty. I just ruined my computer keyboard, spitting out my coffee, laughing at Doug singing. What? You pulled a Fred Sanford, you spit out your coffee? Why? What? I need more information about that, Scotty. What are you talking about? I'm kind of confused. You're talking about the great singing that I did earlier and you spitting out your coffee? That they don't go together. Nine for life. Did y'all fall for the okie doke again, thinking Tree would win, laugh out loud? No, wait a minute. Let me address this. And you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show. Let me address this. If Tree deserves and is voted to win the Boyle Peanuts Award, she will win it. Yes. There's nothing crazy going on here, man. I mean, hell, you know the disdain that I have for Matthew Dellavedova, and you've, in so many words, said it in the chat room and with your phone calls. The guy's a punk, okay? A no-talented punk. He can hit three-pointers, and he has helped them win a couple of games, but you know what I mean. And so he deserved this award this week, man. So I fully support you, the listener, the Stewies, in voting Matthew Dellavedova as this week's Boyle Peanuts winner. From Vince Wright. Tree sold her soul to stay BPA free. How did she sell her soul? Wait, I'm very confused about all of this rhetoric.
This Tree hate.
Yeah, where's this coming from? From Felpay, Tree has become the modern-day Houdini with all her escapes. Montana Jones, Hawks should get BPA for not even winning a game. Yeah, I didn't think it was proper to even put the Hawks in the nominations. I mean, yeah, they did get swept, and that's bad. And I'm not saying that isn't bad. That's horrible. A lot of people even say they didn't show up, but I mean, damn, they won 60 games. They are the Atlanta Hawks. I mean, they've really never had any sustained success in the NBA. And so the fact that they made it so far is why they didn't get a BPA nominee. From Jersey Vern, sipping Henny on the award. I don't know what that means. You know, you sipping Henny at work? I mean, what? You freaking indulgent at work, Vern?
That's a concern, Vernon.
That's a concern. Eugene Jackson, Dellavedova, King B50. I'm calling in Al Sharpton. Tree signed a contract like The Undertaker to never lose at WrestleMania. I don't even know what the storyline is with WrestleMania and The Undertaker. From Vince Wright, horrible. I'm sending back my shot class. You're sending back your shot class, Vince? Because your proposed winner for the Boyle Peanuts Award didn't win? I mean, this is all you. This is all
with
y'all.
Some tequila in it. Okay?
Right.
Because I'm tired. This week, I'm tired. I'm tired of y'all.
From, a combative Tree Taylor. Wow. Tree, and you know what? I'm just thinking about this.
What?
And you actually making history again.
What?
I'm going to nominate your ass next week.
For what?
For really, really throwing and casting shade on the listeners. I mean, whatever type of relationship y'all got, we need to keep this professional. And those comments just now sound very derogatory towards our listener. So a week early, before we even get into the week, I am nominating you, Tree Taylor, for a Boyle Peanuts Award. I mean, damn it, they're our listeners. Write your name down right now, Tree Taylor.
Wow. Okay.
Tree Taylor. I'm writing in cursive. That's why it's taking so long. F-O-R-D, period. Damn, I hated to do that. Nobody's ever been nominated a week early. No one's ever been nominated a week early. But Tree. Oh, I hated to do that. But we have to remember, the customer is always first, Tree. The customer is always first. And you're very combative and a little attitude and talking about those people. So I'm going to nominate you, Tree, for a Boyle Peanuts Award on a Friday before. Yes, sir! Are you not entertained? Who else keeps it real like the Doug Stewart Show?
and nominating his own producer a week early for a Bust of the Week award? Nobody. We like Jim Harbaugh and the San Francisco 49ers. Nobody. Yes, sir. Man, thank you for the great week of radio. Shouts out to all of the Stewies. Everybody in the chat room, thank you so much, man. Don't forget, you can donate to the realest, treeless sports talk, guy talk show in America, The Doug Stewart Show, by going to thedougstewartshow.com, clicking on the little donate button. It's real easy. It's like 2 or 3 clicks, and you're done. $20 or more, we'll send you a T-shirt. I mean, you can't beat that with a stick. Thank you. I numb new. Despite everything that went down with you today, Tree, thank you for all of your great work on the Doug Stewart Show. Thank you very much. I really appreciate it. Shouts out to Waterhead Walter, Dwayne Vasson, Gerald Oliveri. Those guys are my engineers for the show. They make this show happen. Trust me, I don't understand anything about the whole engineering side of things here around here. So thank you guys. I really appreciate it. And shouts out to all of the Stewies. Y'all be careful this weekend. Drive safe. Sundresses and seersuckers tomorrow here in the ATL. I'm hosting it again. I'm the MC again. It's going to be crazy. You might can get you some tickets at the gate. Not sure. They said you can, but I'm not sure. So Sundresses and seersuckers tomorrow. Your boy MCing is going to be great. I think this is the 5th year or the 4th year. It's going to be bananas. Y'all know what it is. Delta Mu Mu Qs. Yeah. All right, so once again, be careful out there this weekend. Drive safely. We'll do it again Monday. Same Doug Stewart time, same Doug Stewart channel. Peace.